Hello. Hi, everybody. Um, let's start this off real quick because I very rarely go live, but I want to talk about being sensitive, right? I don't know how many sensitive people are on here, but I want to talk about being sensitive because I am a very sensitive person and I had to grow in order to learn that being sensitive is your superpower. Being sensitive is your superpower, right? Okay, so when I was growing up, I was always sensitive, right? It was things that people said to me, things that I heard, things that I was around that didn't sit well with me, right? I always felt the energy of people words. I always felt the energy of just my environment, right? And by me being sensitive, I wanted to tone that down, right? I wanted to shut my sensitivity off. I literally prayed at one point in my life to turn my sensitivity off because I felt like I was too sensitive, right? It was like I felt like, well, if I didn't care, right? If I didn't feel so much, it wouldn't hurt so bad, right? But what I come to learn in my big age today, what I come to learn today is your sensitivity is God's gift to you, okay? There are a lot of people that's walking on this earth, on this realm, unaware. They're unaware of their surroundings. They're unaware of the people that surround them. They're unaware of themselves, right? And they walk through this world blindly. And when you walk through this world blindly, you don't know where to go, how to turn. You're not in tune with your emotions. You don't know why you're feeling a certain way, or they just tone out everything that they're feeling, right? They may know, like, I feel sad, but they don't recognize that as something being wrong. They keep on moving, right? When you're sensitive, you have to stop. And when you're sensitive, you have to stop whether you want to or not. When you're sensitive, you have to stop. You have to know what's going on because it's like, well, I feel this way. And if you are feeling this way all the time, you have to protect yourself and get yourself out of certain spaces. That's what I learned too as well. When I learned how to work my sensitivity, when I learned how to work my superpower, okay, I learned that I don't belong in every space. I just don't. I do not belong in every space because people are unaware, right? People are unaware of what they do. People are unaware of what they say. By them being unaware, it affects me in a certain way. So I have to back myself away from certain things. I have to be around people who are aware. I had to be around people who do feel. I had to be around people who do understand that every action causes a reaction, right? And I have to be around people who understand that. I can't be around people who, well, I'm just going to say what I want to say because this is how I feel. And you feel like this, and I'm going to feel like that. And no. You have to know how you move upon this realm because people are affected, especially people like me, okay? People like me. And I have to understand that you can't just give people passes because you love them when you're sensitive. You can't give people passes because you love them. You can't give people passes because, you know, I have to reschedule for 12. Excuse me, y'all, I got a text message. You can't give people passes because you love them, right? You can't give people passes because you feel like, oh, they gonna feel some type of way if I do this. But your emotions and your sensitivity is back against the wall, right? You can't do that because your sensitivity is here for a reason, right? Your sensitivity is here. You're feeling a certain way because there is a signal inside of you that's saying, ding, 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 something is off right here. I don't know what's going on, but we don't feel right. Something is off, right? But then you chuck that up as being, oh, I'm just going to shut that down because, oh, maybe it's not that serious. Maybe it's not that serious. A lot of things don't be serious, but The energy that things hold are serious, right? The energy that things hold are serious, are very serious. So let's just say you're talking to some, hold on a second. Let's just say you're talking to someone, right? And this so-called friend. The so-called friends say things that's hurtful, right? In your mind, you figure like, well, I wouldn't say things like that to you because you're my friend, right? I wouldn't say those type of things like that to you because you're my friend. I wouldn't say things like that to you because even if it's minuscule on the word level, the energy which you just said is hurtful, right? The energy that you said is hurtful. Oh, I love your freckles. Thank you. The energy that you said is hurtful. So I'm not going to say those things to you. But if you're around certain people and they like crack jokes on your weight, or they crack jokes on, you know, and they'll say something like, "Oh, I was just playing." No, they wasn't. Those people don't have your good in their heart. Like excuse me, those people don't know the energy that things hold, right? So you mean to tell me you making fun of me is a part of your amusement when you know making fun of me makes me feel a certain type of way? Like, you have to stay away from those people. Or you have to stay away from those people who just go out in life, do as they want to, do as they please, and they want you on the side of them. When you sensitive, you can't ride with everybody. I'm gonna tell you that right now. When you sensitive, you cannot ride with everybody. You cannot talk to everybody, because when you are sensitive, there are certain things that you receive in your mind, in your body, that the average person does not. Whether you want to believe that or not, right? There are certain things that a sensitive person receives that another person, someone who isn't sensitive, does not receive. Okay? So, in the meaning of, so let's just say you are sensitive, right? You rolling with somebody who ain't, right? This person is so unaware of their body. They're so unaware of the emotions that they feel. They are so unaware of the people that they are around, right? They keep on throwing themselves in the fire, right? And you know it. You see this fire because you're sensitive. You know what fire feels like. You don't have to actually be on fire to know that this fuel causes a fire. And if you put this on here, like, yeah, that's going to get hot, I'm going to step away from that. You understand that, right? You understand that as someone who's sensitive, right? But people who aren't sensitive will get the fuel, get the gas, get the wood, get the matches, get the light, and blow flames to this fire, right? And if you're sitting next to them, you might as well be on fire too. When you're sensitive, you might as well be on fire. You personally, you are not the one who's on fire, but by you being so sensitive, you will feel those flames as if you are on fire, right? Am I making sense? Does that make sense to my sensitive people that's over here, right? You will feel the flames of those people who are on fire, and you're not even on fire. You can just hear the things that they're going through, and hear the things that they're talking about, and hear the things that they go through on a day to day, and it's painful to you. It's painful. It is not like, oh, well, that's you. Well, that ain't me. When you're talking to someone who's sensitive, you will never get that reaction. Someone who's sensitive either is going to try to fix the situation, because in their mind they figure like, okay, well, this is how I will move with me. Like, this is how I will move with myself. So I'm going to try to fix this situation for you, right? But the thing that sensitive people get misconstrued is you can't fix anyone. You cannot. You cannot. It is impossible. You cannot fix anyone. There it is it is it's you can assist someone. You can assist them, you can be the light, but actually pushing someone to the way that you feel like they want to be and how it would be a better life for them, that's not the case. So, if you are a sensitive person and you keep, especially when they're unaware and processing their own self-perception, and keep, I just said that, ma'am. Go live with me, girl. Hold on, I'm about to add you. How do I add you? Go live. Oh, wait.
I don't
Hey,
even know how this works.
Jess.
I hear you.
What you say you want break?
I said I don't even know how it works. Wait, hold on. There it
Oh,
goes.
yeah, I can hear you. You got your mic on. That's all that matters. Because I don't really go live, but you had just said what I just talked about, like self preservation, like
Hmm.
being sensitive. People don't understand. Like you can't just put yourself around anybody because you will feel that. People are walking around here half dead, like they are sleepwalking in life. And when you are sensitive, you feel all that. So you have to protect yourself from those certain people. It's like you looking at an accident before it even happened. And you trying to
Yeah,
warn people like, no, this is going this way. It's going to happen. I can feel it. The fuels and the things that you put into the situation, I know where this is going. And they looking at you like, I don't know what you're talking about. Ain't no accident. And then you have to turn away because you don't want to see nobody crash.
that's hard, especially because like there's a lot of people, and I feel like there's certain people that's just they don't have that sense. So for whatever reason, it's like you're being able to perceive certain feelings and things that other people are not able to. It's kind of
Mhm.
difficult because it's just like
Right.
you could be sitting there and try to warn them, and at the end of the day, you end up taking on a lot of stress, and you end up it's just like, you know what? Listen, if you're not aware, if you're not, because I recognize that people are different from me, and that some people have different skills and different abilities than I have, but I'm not gonna turn away somebody's knowledge because it's something that I'm unfamiliar with or something that I can't
Right.
that I just don't have the ability to do. And a lot of people do that, and especially with someone that you love, and you're watching them just kind of like repeat these same cycles and go through certain things. It's like you really start taking on, and sometimes it's hard to really control the way other people's energy and other people's situations start to seep in your body. And next thing you know, you taking on other people's symptoms, you taking on other people's like negative characteristics, and it's just like, wait a minute, not me being hit by somebody else's little power
Yes.
moment, and it's just like, no, can't keep
And
doing that.
and they think you're crazy, like they don't understand that. Like I move in this world differently. I'm speaking for experience right now. I have friends, right? Some of my friends are unaware. Okay, let's put it like that. I love them to death. I love them completely. I love them with every being I have inside of me. But by them being unaware, I cannot put myself in a space the way I used to before I understand what being sensitive was. I cannot because it is damaging to me. Now, by them being unaware, they can't just call me and say, "Oh, girl, guess what happened? Yeah, I was at the club, and this dude hit me, and the baby mama came and knocked out." I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, that's too much. And then you start
Yeah.
feeling it is just too much. Like, what do you mean? Hold on, that's just too much going on. Like, why are you putting yourself in these situations? Who was you talking to? Like, why did they did this to you? Like, you need to refrain from those people. And then it's like, oh well, yeah, such and such was talking about me, but I'm going out with them again. I'm like, what? Like, I'm confused. Like,
Right.
I can't handle that because it makes me feel some type of way. I'm not on the phone like, oh well, that's you. if I'm connected to you, my energy is connected to you as well. So if you're telling me something, I'm going to receive it as if it's happening to me. But if you're in a state of unawareness and you're telling me this, I have to back away from you. I love you, but I have to preserve myself because my head start hurting because I'm like, you hanging around some people. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
and then you start. I hate that because it's like other people's energy start interfering with yours. Especially, I feel like I only feel like that when it's people that I care about. If it's other people, I
oh,
can turn
yeah,
it off and I can tune it out. But when it comes to
right.
like people that you love, and obviously people have to go through their own journeys and things like that through life, but it becomes a lot. And like when you're especially being energy, it's like it feels like it overwhelms your body, it overwhelms your spirit in a way where not you can't function properly because you have other people's situations going on. And it's kind of like a double-edged sword because I think sometimes that when people are like naturally like very like empathic, they have a tendency. Because I was talking to my sister about this yesterday. Like when I, like cut people off or feel like, yeah, I don't want to mess with this person, my mind starts thinking about, well, what they went through as a child, and it's just like, why? Like
You
that's
have,
not. And
yeah,
it's just like I
because
don't need that. I'm trying to stay mad so I can stay away, and I start feeling
right.
all empathetic, and it's just like I hate that.
But let me tell you about that. I had to learn that you don't want to stay mad, okay? Because you staying mad is also giving them like a wave of energy that's connected to you, right? I had to learn that myself. It's giving them a, like when you talk about a narcissist, right? A narcissist don't care if you're mad as long as you're interacting with them, right? So
Mhm.
even if you aren't if even if you're not talking to this person, like even if you figure like, well, you guys aren't exchanging anything verbally, you just being mad and holding on to that energy that you have for them will always keep you connected to them. Okay. You
Mhm.
gotta let go how to let you gotta let that madness go. And when it comes to you being um very empathic and shutting people off, how I deal with that, because I do that very well. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I do that very well. Uh, I can know that you're not good in my life. I can know that you're not benefiting in my life, right? And I can let you go in love. And when I say let you go in love, when I let you go, I I don't wish you no harm. I don't wish you no ill. I don't wish you, experience the pain I experience, because how I look at situations, if I'm in a situation with you or just a friendship or relationship, whatever situation, right? If
Mhm.
I'm in a situation with you, I know I gave my best, right? Even if you felt like my best wasn't good enough.
Mhm.
I gave my all into the situation. So if at any point I figure like me giving my all doesn't affect you to, in order, for you to respect me or respect my wishes, or, to respect my energy or my boundaries, I'm going to let you go respectfully, and I'm going to let you go find what energy that you are connected to, because me and you is on different pages. We on two different frequencies. And I'm not going to disrupt my frequency to go down to your lower frequency, so I can have a certain connection with you, or just be like, oh, because sometimes, don't get me wrong, I do wonder, like, oh yeah, I hope they're doing okay. But you also have to understand, it's like people who are traumatized and went through a lot of stuff, they have to learn their own way, right? They have to learn their own way, and life has to show them certain things, right? And sometimes, I'm get real mystical, but hold on a second. Sometimes God put people like you or me in the people lives, right? So they can actually see what God's spirit and love is, right? In a physical
Mhm.
form. So God isn't here, but there are a lot of people who have God's spirit within them on this realm. So he puts us in certain places around certain people so they can experience who God is, and the love and the light and the spirit that God is, right? So if at any time these people will do wrong to the people that God has sent into their life, that lesson is beyond me. I can't do anything else for you. Like I don't have anything else for you. I don't have anything else to give to you. I'm not about to give you any pain, any madness, because I know once you do me wrong, you get out of and I cut off that energy from you, you're going to suffer. Not because I want you to suffer, but just because I never come into a situation with maliciousness. I
Mhm.
never come into a situation, oh, well, let me see how I can come up and I'm going to
Yeah.
talk to
Oh
Mary
my
because
God. Yes, I always
I
say that too. But
right. I never go in a situation like that, right? I have never. So I always come in a situation very genuine, very authentically, right? And I love people on different aspects and different, things that they have within them. Like I can find love within anybody. Like literally, I can literally see somebody. I'm intuitive doing shower work. I'm trying to rebalance my chakras. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later, but hold on a second, Crystal. And I can literally see the love in like everybody. So I try to gravitate towards that. But once you do me wrong, you have to. There is a lesson that you have to learn that I can't stop you from, because I was supposed to be. And not saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect by the long shot,
mhm.
but just me, my heart being how it is. I was supposed to be in that guide for you to see, or that light. People like, oh, well, she ain't doing what everybody else is doing, or she not telling me everything everybody else is telling me. What makes her so different? What makes, well, let me see how she living in life, because she seems to be, on the right path. That's how people supposed to look at the people that God put in their life. Once they don't notice that, it's like when they say, oh, God cut you off. It's not the point that God cuts you off. It's the point that you'll be kind of stranded, right?
Mhm.
It's like you calling somebody like, oh, I need some help. I need some help. And like my car stopped. I need some help. And then everybody coming by you, they like, okay, well, I can't start your car, but I can give you a ride, or I can do this and do that. But you looking at them like, nah, I ain't, because you ain't starting my car and I'ma still sit here. Like, nah, you letting go of all this help. Then all of a sudden nobody's gonna come. Then you're gonna be stranded. Then
Yeah.
you're gonna be looking like, damn, should I walk? I mean, damn, how far do I gotta walk? Well, man, I should have took that ride, because well, I don't. And that's what God do to certain people who misuse what they call the chosen ones, or the star seeds, or the empaths. He doesn't just not. He don't disappear, but he lets you go find your own way. It's sometimes those people who are unaware and they're sleepwalking, like I said before, they have to hit their head pretty hard. And sometimes it's sad, because I have seen it in real time. It's sad when you see those people that you love genuinely literally go through hell, because they are still unaware of themselves. They're still
Yeah.
unaware of their emotions, and they still unaware of the things that they do. Like it's a sad situation, but like I said, don't be mad towards those people, because the lessons that they got to learn, they got nothing to do with you. You was just a person in passing. Like if I'm walking down the street and I smell, I probably is immune to the smell, but you brand new, so you ain't never smelled this before. So I come down, and then you like, damn, this smells so bad, and it might smell so bad, you might smell it all walking down the street. Like, damn, that is that me? Like I know that ain't me. That just stinks, right? That's how it is when you approach certain people who are unaware. So it's not actually something that you did. So it's something that they're going through, but they have to learn that lesson, not you. So
Yeah.
don't hold on to that anchor, girl, because it just makes you just like them. Don't
Yeah.
hold on to that.
That actually is actually very helpful. Because there's a couple of different people on different levels, being with my mom. And for my mom specifically, I feel like I have a lot of empathy for her. But for her being at her age where she has like five adult children and she's well into her 50s, it's just like, I don't know what I did. I just want everything. It's just like, girl, what do you mean you don't know what you did? And it's just like, for her, I have, empathy. But there's other situations where, this like ongoing, like, you know, with my kid's dad, and they're teenagers now, so this is like an ongoing like narcissistic type slash abusive relationship. With him, it's just like a different. We're kind of like no contact right now, but it's just a lot of situations for me that I feel like I haven't really processed a lot of the feelings, and I feel like when you're not processing your feelings, it can lead to like the angriness, the this and that, because you have stuff that you haven't even dealt with yet. So now, once the memory comes up, it's like, wait a minute, so did you do this? And it's just like you just go through all of those things all over again. But it's
Mhm.
definitely like a journey for me with not feeling guilty for cutting people off. It's just like, well, you're supposed to be understanding and you're supposed to be this. And it's just like, okay, well, yeah, you're also supposed to like, protect yourself from harm. So it's like
Mhm.
you can do that from a distance sometimes. And that was
Mhm.
a lesson that took me like a long time to learn, that I don't have to keep giving people continuous, just like chances, whether it's my mother or a friend or whoever. Just because it's like you can, set some distance so that you're not being harmed in the process of another person still going through their own journey and trying to find themselves or whatever.
Right. Yeah, no, don't feel bad about that because you're not. That's why a lot of people don't like to forgive because they figure like if they forgive, then these people are able to do this again. But that's not the part of forgiveness. Like the part of forgiveness is you just forgiving them on who they are and what they did to you, where they stand at this particular moment of time in life. But the to forgive it does not mean access. Just because I forgive you does not mean you are allowed access back into my life. That does not mean that. Me forgiving you is me releasing the pain that you caused me. Me forgiving you is me taking back the energy that I wasted upon our connection. And when I forgive you, I'm taking all that back. I don't have nothing else to do. Like, okay, that was that for that time. I forgive you for whatever happened, and I'm keep on pushing. That's what people they have a hard time thinking about that because they so used to people saying, like, if you in a relationship, right, and then it's like this person keeps on hurting you and then they keep on coming back to say, oh, I'm sorry, just forgive me. I'm sorry, just forgive me, right? And then those people in those
Mm-hmm.
relationships will forgive these people. So in their mind, they like, well, I'm tired of forgiving because no one ever acts right when I forgive them. But it's not about forgiving, even when it's not about me forgiving you, right? It's about what do you need forgiveness for? People miss that.
Yeah.
So if I'm in a point in my life where I want you to forgive me, right? Okay. Well, I always ask, well, what do you want forgiveness for? Do you want me to forgive you so I can let you back into my life so you can continue to do the fuck shit that you're doing? Or do you want forgiveness because you already understand that what you did to me was wrong or that you did to me was uncalled for and you want my forgiveness because you want to clean up the mess that you made, right? If you're
Mm-hmm.
asking for my forgiveness for that, that's different. But if you're asking for my forgiveness because you just want more access into the stuff that I'm giving you and you clearly are misusing it, you cannot have that. I'm sorry. It's just
Yeah.
and I'm not going to feel bad about that. No one's going to make me feel bad about that because I have to save myself and people who are with the light and people who are empathic and people who are what they call the chosen ones and the star seeds and all this other stuff. Your light is your gift, right? And as long as when you lose your light, you're just like them. When I mean them, you're unaware. You don't know what's going on. Can you have? I know you been because I've been, especially when you're sensitive. There's always a point in life, even if you're sensitive, you always kind of feel like, you really don't know what's going on, or you want to be in another place, but you're down and you can't do the things you used to do because you feel this type of way. You can't get out of your head, you can't get out of your heart, you can't get out the hurt the people caused you, and you leaves you under this cloud, right? And while you under this cloud, no light can get through there, right? So you have to let go certain shit so your light will shine bright wherever you are. And even through the pain. That's why I I had to learn, even though I did that, but unknowingly I didn't know that I was doing this. You have to shine your light through that pain because as soon as you allow that hurt and that pain to hover over you like a cloud. There is no more light. Like right now outside, it's so cloudy, ain't no sun coming through. So if you
Mhm.
letting all this stuff that people did to you and they don't even know what the fuck they doing to themselves, if you are allowing these people to continuously put this cloud over your head, put this storm around you, where the light at? Where God's love at? And it can't no light get through there. So you
Yeah.
have to make a conscious decision on what you're going to allow in your space and what you're not going to allow in your space. And if it comes to a point of time where you are allowing things that dims your light, you got to step back and say, wait a minute, I got to preserve this because that's what makes you special. People don't understand the light. That's why when you go out, people try to talk to you, strangers talk to you, babies come up to you, dogs sniffing you. Like, it's the light.
Yeah.
They don't know what they don't know what it is and why it is, but it's the light that you have within you. And it don't matter what you look like, it don't matter how big, but it don't matter none of that. It don't matter what car you drive, it don't matter none of that. It just matters about the light that resides in you. So the longer you sit in the pain that people caused you, the longer that you sit in the things that people have did to you, whether it's your family, the further you will be away from that light that was given to you on purpose.
Mm.
So the light, your sensitivity is your gift. And like I have told other people before, when you are a child, sometimes, okay, so let's just say I know you talked about your mother. So your mother probably missed things in life that you understand, right? So, but just because she is your mother does not mean that she has all the information and the tools in the world in order to know what to do, right? She just was able to bring you unto this realm, into this earth. It could be a possibility that you were born through your mother to show your mother how the world is and how to work through her emotions or how to recognize certain things or how to live a different life, right? Now, by her not acknowledging how you are or acknowledging the things that you can't teach her, because that's the reason why I don't have any kids, but I know for sure that's the reason why God put kids into certain people, because it's like your kids are like another version of you, but your kids always will have something within them that you don't have.
Mhm.
I know this for a fact. Your kids will always have something in you that you don't have. And if you are a parent and your child is displaying something in them that you don't have, you're supposed to soak up the information. You're supposed to soak up that information and see how you can use what these tools that your kids have in their life in order to correct or make your life a better, or, in a better situation. But a lot of times people don't do that because they feel like, well, I'm the mother, I'm the one have all the answers. You can't tell me anything, you can't tell me nothing. But on a spiritual level, you could be more advanced than your mother. You could have been here 4 or 5 times already. And this could have been your mother's first time going around on this round. So physically, yes, you are younger than your mother. But spiritually, you may be 500 years old. So
Yeah.
you telling things to your mother and she looking at you like, but your spirit is like, well, shit, I've been here for 500 years. Like, I know what I'm talking about. But, you can't really say that because she looking at you through a physical sense. So you have to, again, take that with a grain of salt and understand, okay, well, I can only teach you so much. I can only show you who I am in a certain way. So if you can't gravitate to what I'm saying, then you gonna have to learn the hard way. Or it may become a point where if your mother passed on from this realm, she may have to come back a couple of times because she didn't get it this time. The shit it get deep, okay? But you don't make that don't let that make you feel bad because I used to do that. Like me and my mother never had like a tumultuous relationship, but by me being so sensitive, it's just certain things that she used to do or well, she don't do it no more, that she used to do, that used to really like hurt me, like tug at me. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, but she didn't understand me because everybody else around her wasn't as sensitive as
Mhm.
I was. It definitely. Oh, okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, it was a lot of things that people was around her that wasn't as sensitive as I was. So my by me being so sensitive, it was just the things that she used to do to everybody, and I used to be like, no, like that. I feel some type of way. Like I don't know why you're doing this. Like like why did you say that to me? And then she used to look at me like, well, this is how I've been to everybody else. Why are you so different? Like why are you
Mhm.
telling me this? Because I'm more sensitive. I have more clues, and then I have more. Um, I'm more connected to myself, to my sense, to my consciousness. And then you have to understand a lot of people don't walk in their consciousness, right? And that is the thing between, like, even when you talk about this thing between religion and spirituality, right? That is like the big disconnection that everybody ain't getting, right? So even in religion, religion is trying to get you to God, right? Spirituality is just being with God, like you already in God consciousness. That's why when you do certain things, when certain spiritual people do certain things, or if you an empathic, certain sensitivities, you can't do everything everybody else do because you gonna instantly get a thing like, no, don't do that. Like, no,
Yeah.
don't do it. I even tell mom, and she think I'm crazy when I say things like that. I'm like, Mom, I'm not like everybody else. Like, yes, physically, I can go out, do wrong, cheat, commit crime. Physically, yes, I can do that. But spiritually, I will be broke the fuck down. Spiritually, I will not be able to sleep. Spiritually, I'll probably be out here looking like a crazy person on the street because my spirit and my consciousness is going to tug at me. It's going
Mhm.
to yell at me. It's not going to be able to shut off. Okay. So there are
Yeah.
a lot of people who are already connected to spirit and to God in such a way that we don't have to have religion to tell us what's right and tell us what's wrong, and you make sure you go down that road, because when we're walking, our consciousness already tell us. When we out there in the world, our consciousness already tell us, and our consciousness is connected to God in such a way that we don't need nothing on in a Bible or a piece of paper to tell us how we should go and how we
Mhm.
should grow. We already know. You don't have to tell me, oh, don't go out, commit murder. Don't go out there and steal. Don't go out there and lie. You ain't got to tell me that, because the times I haven't killed nobody, but you know what I'm saying, unalive anyone. But the times where I have went against the things that I don't want nobody to do to me, it made me feel some type of way. I had to pay for those things spiritually. And that's why a lot of people are broken down spiritually, because they don't, it's like it's a disconnect between their consciousness and their physical reality. But it's like, and to me, it's hard for me to understand that because I have such an easy time connecting the two, but a
Mhm.
lot of people don't. And so they are lost and they can't understand why they can't get it together, because it's like they on the physical realm just moving blindly, and they spirit just like a puppet master. Let's just say you the puppet, your physical body on this realm is the puppet, but your spirit is like the puppet master, and your spirit is the one trying to guide you into certain places. Can you imagine like a puppet trying to go against the puppet master? It's gonna look crazy. It's gonna be a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. And then it's not gonna be any order going on. And people don't understand that. Like it's deeper than you being sensitive. It's deeper than you being an empath. You're sensitive and you're an empath because you have God consciousness inside of you. You're not like everybody. You can't deal with everybody. You can't even lay up with everybody. especially that we got that bad. And I say women, it don't matter who you laying up with, a man or woman, whoever. But women, we have that bad because in our heart, we believe that we can love the world and change the world. But if you're laying with somebody who is spiritually broken, I don't care what they got going on the physical realm. Like that don't mean nothing. If you're laying up with somebody who is spiritually broken, you you will be able to get the energy that this person has within them. And then you wonder why
Mm,
things are going right. And then you
bruh.
wonder why like you can't level up in life. And then they be wondering why like you can't do this and you can't do that. Then you wonder why like you can't get everything right. You wonder why you can't get your emotions together because you laying up, you exchanging energy and physical intimacy is a form of manifestation, right? People don't understand that. So even if you are laying down with someone and you're not creating a child, you are
I
creating
always
something.
say that. I always say that. I'm like, bro, it's a creative activity, and it's like I had to with certain things. I didn't realize until I got older, but like learning the hard way how just like certain people's energy. And we always talk about like sexual energy, that being like in your. I don't know if that's like your sacral. What chakra is that like in that area? But it's
Your
just like
your sacral chakra.
because I'm like, I thought, okay, this is your solar plexus. So yeah, you're sick. I was gonna say sick, but I'm like, no, it's not. I was mixing the two up, but it's like you have to always be creating something. And I used to say that on so many posts, because like even with a lot of the conversation around like in relationships, and we talk about people like having sex and people being left, raising children on their own. And it's like even if you're engaging with someone, it's just like there's no purpose to it. There's no nothing. Like, do you ever think about like what's invisibly being created out of that? That's gonna like have some type of like little spiritual babies that you have that don't exist physically, but
Right,
it's still something that you're connected to because it's like you're connected to a person. Sometimes you're not being honest with them about what your intentions are or whatever, and they just move on like it doesn't have any effect. And I'm like, no, it has an effect. Like it's there. It's just like you're just not aware of it or you're not connecting it to everything that's going wrong in your life. You're just thinking like, I don't understand. It's like you understand, like you're getting back what you put out. And one thing I was gonna ask is like for people that really are in a space where they're like unaware and they're trying to just like kind of like make a connection between those certain things. I usually kind of like recommend something along the lines of familiarizing yourself with like the universal laws to see like how well you're kind of just like balancing all of them. So I was gonna ask like
hmm
what you would recommend for people that are new and just trying to like make sense of certain things and how well they can see like how they're just like imbalanced like physically and spiritually.
Well, you touched on the universal law, and I love universal laws. A lot of people they don't even, well, like, what the fuck is a universal law? Like, they don't, like, so somebody that's beginning, I don't think they're gonna know what the universal law is. But if you do know what the universal law is, you need to tend to that law at all costs, at all times. But if you are a person who is just starting out in this journey and don't know where to go and figure like some you have a big disconnection between you and your spirit or whatever the case is, you have to stop. Like you just have to stop. And a lot of times us as people, we have a hard time stopping because they always tell us, oh no, keep on going. You do this, you keep on going. And then it's like you keep on moving in life like you're normal when you're actually broken. Like I referenced this before, that's just like if I broke my leg, I'm not gonna go out and run a marathon with a broke ass leg, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna sit up and I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna rest, I'm gonna heal, I'm gonna strengthen my leg, I'm gonna do some exercises. And that's what we do in this physical realm physically. Like we are spiritually broken, but we out here acting like everything is fine. And then it's like it hit to the certain, then it hit this wall. And then it's like everything crashes out. And then people wonder why they crash out. Like you crash out because you're not listening to your spirit. So the easiest way for anyone to connect to spirit is, I don't know if I lost you or not, but um hold on a second. The easiest way for anyone to connect to spirit is to actually stop. What I mean by stop, I mean stop what you're doing. Stop stop what you're doing. Stop having physical intimacy with people for one, okay? Stop that because there is no way.
God's green earth that you can correct the energy inside of you, exchanging energy, that manifested energy, that physical intimacy energy with somebody else. Like you just can't do it. You cannot share your physical body manifesting with somebody else broken spirit and then you think everything is going to be okay in your life. That's not going to work out, okay? Another thing that you need to do, you need to get back to yourself, right? A lot of times we go outside of ourselves because people have told us, or just people that you're around tell you that that doesn't matter, right? Well, how do you view love? How do you view emotions? How do you feel when certain things happen? And even if you're at the point in life you don't know what you're doing, if you are hurting at any time, if you are hurting mentally, physically, spiritually, what is causing you that pain, right? Whatever is causing you that pain, you have to refrain from the pain, okay? And a lot of times, people have a difficulty doing this because the pain, the thing that's causing you this pain is also bringing you a sense of pleasure in a certain way, right? It's also bringing you a sense of completion in a certain way. But once you get to the point in a level in your life where you know you, you by yourself, you have everything that you need in order for you to be complete. You have everything that you need in order for you to be successful energetically and spiritually. You will no longer hold on to things that give you pain. Okay, let's take it for example, right? Let's say like you're in a relationship. I always revert back to relationships because everybody been in a relationship. I don't care if it's bad or good, you married or what. It's still a relationship, right? So I like to revert back to relationships because relationships are easy for people to understand. So if you're in a relationship, right, and this relationship is breaking you, right? When I mean breaking you, this relationship, hurt your feelings. You don't feel like your feelings is considered. You feel like you're giving a lot of energy into a situation, but you're not getting any energy back from the situation. You may feel like, let's just say you may feel like, there's no give and take here. You're always giving. There's no giving. There's no give and take like on each spectrum, right? Because you're always the one that's giving. Like you can't take from them because they don't have an open area for you to take from. So you're always the one that's giving, right? If you continue to stay in this relationship, right, there is something that you're getting from this relationship, right? Whether it be physical intimacy, whether it be monetary gains, whether it be out of loneliness, right? And out of those things that you feel like you are getting, right? You have already set in stone in this particular relationship that you being hurt is okay. You being in pain is okay. You being lonely is okay. You not being in a commitment is okay. Long as you get physical intimacy. Yeah, I don't care about them hurting my feelings long as they don't leave me lonely, right? I don't care about them not putting me first, like not putting me in a place in life where I want to be, long as they giving me that physical touch. You have already gave more you have already put more importance on those things that you say you quote unquote need that you can really give to yourself, right? Already made these people believe that You need them in such a way you are willing to be in pain. You need them in such a way that you are willing to suffer for the things that they are giving you, right? And if you are in a point of your life, and if you keep on doing this, guess what? You're going to forever be in pain. So you have to get into a point in life where you feel like, you know what? If I'm lonely, I'll be okay. Like, I'd rather be in peace. I don't want you around me. You know what? I do like physical intimacy a lot. I do. But I'd rather not have none. I'd rather be abstinent. Abstinent. You know what I'm trying to say. I'd rather not have any. Okay? Than have you come and hurt my spirit. You breaking me down. Right? I would rather just not have any at all. That's fine. Right? You probably will be without the physical intimacy, but your spiritual and your mind and your emotions will all be intact, right? So once you're in a sense of peace, once you're in a space of peace, once you are in a place where it does not matter if you're by yourself because you're comfortable within your being, okay? Once you get to a place where it does not matter if someone is giving you physical intimacy because you know your body as being a temple and your body is very sacred. Anybody that enters your temple have to give you an offering, okay? Have to give you an offering of peace, have to give you an offering of love, have to give you an offering of clarity, of importance. And if you are unable to give me an offering through my temple, I can't allow you here. You have to keep on moving. You have to keep on going. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to allow you to disrupt my temple, to disrupt my sacredcy in order for you to catch one, in order for you to catch a nut, and I'm left disappointed, and I'm left like I don't care, and I'm left like, oh, that's just the way it is, and that's how we're gonna know. That's how you're making it to be. Okay, you have to find wholeness within your complete self, right? And then once you find wholeness in your complete self, people will not be able to come to you half-ass because you already know I am complete in my being as I am right now, right? Even if you feel like your being isn't where you want your being to be, I understand that. Even if you feel like, you want things to change, or you want to lose a little weight, or, you want to gain a little bit more education, or you want to, better yourself, I understand that. But when you come to a point when you are able to be safe and at peace with your personal being, with no one around you, right? It will make you look at the world a little bit differently, okay? It will make you view things a little bit differently. Let's just say, right, when you're hungry, right, you go to the grocery store, right? You pick up everything in this basket because you are hungry, you are starving, you don't know what you want, you just know you want to eat something. So what do? You put bullshit in your basket. You put things that are not healthy in your basket. I don't care. I just need something real quick. I need something to curve off this hunger. I just need something. I need a soda, even though I used to drink water, but I need a soda right now. I just need something in my mouth right now, right? You will make bad choices when you go into the grocery store hungry, right? But if you are in a mind frame of you're actually full and you go to the grocery store, you're gonna get what you know is gonna serve you because you're not looking for anything. You're not hungry for anything. So oh no, your stomach is full, so you're satisfied within yourself. You're satisfied. So you're looking at things like, oh, yeah, I know it tastes good, but I don't think that's good for me. I'll put that down. Or then you go and you be like, oh, yeah, I like soda, but I don't know. They got too much sugar in it. Acid. I don't know. I'm just gonna put this down. I'm just gonna get some water. You think differently when you on a different realm, when you on a different frequency, you think differently about a lot of things, and people can't just come up to you when you just got through eating and you on full, and they come up to you like, you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? You're like, nah, I just got through eating. I'm good. And then it's like, oh, what you mean? My peanut butter and jelly sandwich ain't good enough? No, it ain't. At this point, no, it ain't. I don't know what you eat. I just got through eating a plethora of meal, a beautifully made meal. I do not want your quick ass peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And that's how you will move in life with certain people. That's how you will move in life through a lot of things. But people always hurt themselves because there's always something you feel like these people are giving you that you can't give to yourself. Once you understand that you have everything in your life in order for you to be happy, as you are right now, you just have to find that. And you can't find that in other people. You can't find your happiness in other people. You cannot find a good relationship in other people, right? You have to find that good relationship within you, because another thing is, if you don't know how to treat yourself, if you don't know how to be by yourself, if you aren't at peace with yourself, how do you expect someone to be at peace with you? Make it make sense. How do you want people to be in peace with you? How do you want people to be in a safe setting with you when you're not even safe within yourself? You don't even trust yourself. Excuse me, y'all, that's my baby's barking. But you don't even trust yourself. You're not even in a safe space as yourself. You're not in a safe space. So how is someone gonna look at you and be like, oh yeah, you know what? They can't be by themselves. So I think I want to be with them. It doesn't work like that. Hold on a second, y'all. Yes. That's about 3 hours from now. It's about time. Well, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna pause this right quick, and I'm gonna come right back. Oh, okay. So, yeah, how are you going to be at peace with yourself? And how's someone going to be at peace with you and you don't even like you? You don't even like you. Like, you think something wrong with you so bad, so you can go and but you think something's wrong with you, so you are willing to put up with people hurting you. You think something's wrong with you because you are willing to put up with not being someone's number one. Something's wrong with you, and you're willing to put up with every and anything. Who's gonna Someone who values themselves? Who's gonna want to be around you doing that? Let's just say, because I always like to use examples. Okay, let's just say you are a person, right? And you have a car. Okay, you're a person. You have a car. This is a brand new car, right? But you let everybody and their mama drive this car. The car is reflected to your body, to your space. Okay? You let everybody and their mama drive this car. Everybody in the car. People got to give you no gas money. People ain't help you changing the oil in this car. People taking the car and do what they want to do with it. People just do whatever they want to do to your car, right? Your physical body, your physical vessel. People are taking whatever they want and doing whatever they want to your physical vessel, right? But then you find somebody like, oh, you know what? I think I want to share my car with this person. I'm like, yeah, I like their car. I'm like, yeah, their car is something I always wanted. I'm going to share my car with this person. They not gonna want your car. They not gonna want it. You wanna know why? They already see how you take care of it, and they don't want you to take care of their car the way you take care of yours. It's the same thing when it comes to your body. It's the same thing when it comes to your energy. It's the same thing when it comes to your emotions. It's no different. But people have been so disconnected from spirit. When I roll back around spirit, People have been so disconnected to spirit and to your emotions, you can't decipher from the two. Okay? You have to get in tune with your higher being. Your higher being is not your body. Your higher being is your spirit. Once you get in tune with your spirit, which is your higher being, you will be able to see things and view things and be in a way in a different light of certain times and certain people. You will be able to pick up certain things that everybody else ain't picking up, because you want to know why. You are in tune with the star player, which is you. You are in tune with the CEO of your business, which is you. You are in tune with the things that's important to you. So anything that goes outside of that, anything that goes outside of that, it's like you going outside of yourself, and you won't be able to, hold on a second, y'all. Anything outside of that, anything outside of that is like you being outside of yourself, right? And anything that goes outside of yourself, you don't dismiss. Like, yeah, I like you, I see you, but me and you aren't on the same frequency. We're not on the same energy level. Like, you put certain things in place where I wouldn't want those things in place. Like, me and you are spiritually not connected. Like, you're connected in another way, and I'm not trying to be on the way that you're connected. So I'm just gonna back on up and keep on moving. I'm gonna back on up and keep on moving, right? So when it comes to your sensitivity, like I said before, I know I can go on and on, but to the people who trying to find a way, right? Trying to find a way to connect to spirit, to connect to your higher consciousness, to connect to your higher version of yourself, right? You have to be in a place where you know already went through everything that you're going through in your life. You literally have to take inventory of what's going on around you. What's going on around you, what's going on inside of you emotionally. You have to take inventory of everything. This is including the people that you know. This is including the things that you watch. This is including the things that you eat. This is including the things, the places that you go. This is including the people that you have physical intimacy with. You have to take inventory of everything that you are giving energy to, right? Once you take inventory of everything that you're giving energy to, it is your responsibility to decipher if this is good for you or not, right? And the easy way where you can decipher is you relying on your emotions, okay? Don't rely on what your mama said, okay? Don't rely on what your sister do, okay? Don't rely on your friends, because all your friends have a hot girl summer and you want to be down like your friends and you think you want a hot girl summer too, but really you want to be somebody's wife, but you can't tell them you don't want to have a hot girl summer because they can look at you as being not being fun, and you want to be fun, you want to be liked. Get to what you feeling, okay? If anything is on that inventory list where you are not feeling it, you have to let it go. If everything is on the inventory list and you feel like you have to change certain things, you have to let that go, okay? And once you let that go, your life will become so much easier. Your life will become so much simpler. All the things you fought for is going to come to you with the ease. All the times you lay down in the bed and you cry for peace. You cry, oh, I wish somebody would do me right. Once you do that inventory, you start consciously selecting things that belongs in your life and things that don't. You no longer cry for peace. You already have it. You no longer crave for peace. because you're already there. Okay? You're no longer asking for a ride to get to the peace. You already at the destination. All right? Stop. Do inventory. And a lot of people have a problem with stopping because people have been told if you stop, you weak. If you stop, you're not doing nothing. It will what everybody want to be like everybody else. That's why I don't have a problem with stopping what I'm doing. I don't, at any time in my life, if I figure, yeah, this is what I like to used to do, but at this point in my life, I don't think that's not good for me right now. I'm gonna stop that. I have no problem with stopping. I have no problem with doing a full inventory of myself, a full inventory of my being, a full inventory of my mental, a full inventory of my emotional state, a full inventory of my physical state, and decide what's good for me and what's not. It does not matter if I indulge in these things for 20, I'm 43 years old, okay? It does not matter if I indulged in these things for 30 years or in 30 minutes. At any point of time, if it is not connecting and giving any value to the energy, that the physical energy and the state that I am in as of today, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go, right? I have to let it go because I understand how energy work. I understand how cause and effect work. And like my sister said before on the universal laws, on my page, if you want to know about the universal laws, go check my page. I gave like a little brief description of what the universal laws is. Once you start connected to the universal law, right, there are a lot of rules that people tell you to go by. There are a lot of things people tell you to do. There are a lot of things that people tell you to look for. There are a lot of, oh, well, you need answers, you go to this religion. Well, that the religion didn't help when you go to that religion. Once you look at the universal laws, no religion is beyond that. No religion is beyond the universal law. Okay? Once you start looking at the universal laws, the universal laws is going to teach you and tell you that everything is one, right? So if everything is one, everything is connected, okay? So if everything is connected, every move you make, every decision that you take, everything that you do, everything that you eat, every drink that you drink, every cigarette that you smoke, every fast food that you eat, every bad decision that you make, it all plays a part into the ingredients that make up your reality. They are the ingredients that make up your reality, okay? The things that you partake in your life aren't just things that you're doing, okay? They aren't just habits, okay? They aren't just, well, I like to go out. It's not just that. The everything that you involve yourself in is on a bigger scale. And that scale is your life. Okay? So whatever you put in the pot of your life is what your life is going to be. Whatever you put in the pot of your life is what your life is going to be. Okay? Once you get to universal laws, you understand that everything has a cause and effect. Okay? You can't just go out here and figure like you the baddest on the block. You know, you got the biggest butt, you got the most money. You can be the most disrespectful person in the world, right? You can push and pull people the way you want to pull people. You smart. You can manipulate people the way you need to manipulate people because you can do. If you're doing something, once you understand with the universal law too, if you do something to somebody else, you are doing it to yourself. You can't outrun karma. I don't care who you outrun. You can probably, I don't know if it's possible, but even if you outrun the FBI, okay, even if you outrun the CIA, you can't outrun karma. It's just impossible. It's not possible. You can outrun NYPD, LAPD. You can't outrun karma. That's a universal law. So once you understand that you can't outrun karma, okay? Once you understand that you can outrun karma, once you understand everything you do, seen and unseen, plays a part in the makeup of your reality, you will start looking at your reality and things that you do on a daily basis way differently. You will start looking at that way differently. You will stop looking at people as opportunities. You will stop looking at people through the lens of being malicious. Once you understand everything you do to people, you are doing it to yourself. You can't run away from yourself. I don't care who you can. That's why you see people and they have a hard time in California. Then they move to Texas. Then they have a hard time in Texas. Then they move to Las Vegas. Then they have a hard time in Las Vegas. And then they move to Florida. And then they have a hard time in Florida. Then they move to New York. The hard time is you. It ain't the other people. But if you don't take the time out to sit down and really do some self-reflection and see, why is this happening everywhere I go? It's not everybody else, it's everybody else's problem. Why is this happening everywhere I go? Everywhere I go, I have an issue. Everywhere I go, it don't matter every state I go to, any city I go to, it's always a problem. You are the problem. What they said in school, what they talking about fractions, you are the common denominator. Okay? You are the common denominator. If you are the common denominator, and everywhere if you go everywhere and you are the main, once you understand that you are your own main character, when they talk about a main character energy, you are your own main character, right? If your main character always is in a certain mode, a certain frequency, it's not the other people, it's you. It's not the other people, it's you. You cannot outrun yourself. It don't matter who you laying up with. It don't matter what kind of clothes you try to put on it. It don't matter how many tables you lay on. It don't matter how much weight you lose. It don't matter how much education you think you get. You can't run away from your spiritual self. You cannot. It's impossible. That's why you think everybody always have like these headaches and everybody be so stressed and everybody just can't get it together because you're trying to run away from something that is impossible. You can't run away from yourself. That's why you have to sit down and see what's going on with me. What do I need to do for me? How I'm feeling right now. Yes, I see everybody else is doing it. Yes, I see how everybody seem like they having fun, but this is not fun to me. I'm not having fun right now. So there are some things I have to change because clearly I don't know who's right or who's wrong right now, but I know I need to fix something because I don't like the way I feel right now. If you don't get to a point in life where you do that, or you get to a point in life where you figure like, well, I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. I've been doing it for 30 years. I've been doing it for 25 years, and it's not it's not going to get like any better. Like it's not. You have to do a full inventory of what you on yourself and what you want and what you don't want. Now, granted, there are a lot of things that people cannot change. Yes, there are a lot of things that people cannot change. But when you gradually see something that's all that, if you are, when I talk about change, I'm not talking about, like you know, like like something that you don't do maliciously, but it happens, right? I'm talking about things that you are putting yourself in certain situations, and every time you get in certain situations, these certain situations don't feed you the way you need to be fed, and you get mad at certain situations. No, it don't work like that. It does not. It has never worked like that. You have to be aware of who you are. You have to be aware of what you do. You have to be aware of how you think, and you have to be aware of your emotions. Okay, you have to be aware of the things that you're feeling. That is your God's code. And they say break the code. That's your God's code. You're feeling. What are you feeling? And anytime, if any time that you are feeling something or something feels off or something you doing is feeling a certain way, you have to take a stop and reevaluate yourself. That feeling comes because it's a signal. That feeling does not come just because it's supposed to be there, right? It does not come. Like, even when you in sense of danger, what does your hair do? Your hair stand on your hair stands up on your arm, on the back of your neck, because your hair is your antenna. Your antenna just don't go up just because it's going up, right? Your physical body antenna does not go up just because it goes up. It's going up because it's trying to tell you if something is happening over here. Like, I think you need to be paying more attention to your surrounding, like what's going on. Like these, like animal, and when you talk about animals, I know I'm going on and on, but once you talk about animals, right? People are unaware that animals are more aware than some of us, right? They're living in jungles. They living in rivers. But they are relying on the instinct and the information that God gave to this particular animal, right? So they know how to survive in their atmosphere. Like, yes, certain things, hold on, y'all. Let me block this person. Block. Yes, certain things you can certain things you can't avoid when you're living in the wild, but on the basics of how they live, how they eat, how different animals feed, how different animals hunt, how different animals travel, it is embedded in them intuitively, and they follow their intuition. Okay, no one is telling this elephant to go miles and miles and miles on the search of water and then come back. No one is telling that elephant that, okay? No one is telling the monkey to go in and go in the tree and you grab these bananas and that's what monkeys do. No, monkeys just gonna do what monkeys do, okay? Like, they are relying on the intuition and the information, that consciousness that's provided to them. We don't operate like that. We operate on, oh, well, this is what I've been doing, or this is what I see somebody else doing. Oh, this is what people do, and people act like it's okay. So even if it feel off to me, I'ma still do it because I don't want to seem like an outsider. That's what we do. We don't rely on our intuition. So I done talked, and I done talked. Okay, I'm gonna load this on my YouTube. I don't even know if I have my YouTube listed right now. I'm gonna load this on my YouTube, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Okay, all right, bye. Shoot.